So now we need to add some objects to use as our legs. And the reference for our legs, we can use this image here at the front, and there's one or two where you can see the legs from the side. So we can quite easily start. In fact, this one at the bottom corner is probably one that I would like the look of. And what we're after is the segmentation of the legs. So let's just try that in a few different ways. So first of all, come to our panel. If we push forward on the thumbstick on our non-dominant hand, what we want to do is come down here to create. Now in create, you've got all of these objects, and you can just start by throwing any object in. So we'll just put, let's put a cylinder in for now and see what happens. So here's my cylinder, and it's only on one side. So if I pull down with my thumbstick so I can move around, we'll just make one on one side, and then from there what we'll be able to do is we can duplicate it and flip it across, which is a new feature. So the first thing I want to do is just get it roughly in place. So I'm going to need 3 of these legs, and I'm only probably going to make 1. We'll leave it as the default for now so you can see what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is use move. So I'm going to bring him out. So bear in mind we're using this reference here. So we're going to bring the limb down first of all, like so, because it basically the first joint will be under here. And then I'm going to mask it off now, which is a slightly different tool. So I'm going to go masking. I'll open up the panel so you can see it. And I'm just going to mask the back of here, like so. And now because it's masked, I can't move it. Now I can move the rest of it. So what I'll do from there is I'll look at above, and I know that this comes all the way forward. Now if it destroys it, we can build it back up, but actually it hasn't destroyed it, so it looks okay. And now we just need to, with the masking, go back to the masking, and we just need to get rid of it. So basically what we need to do is just erase. I mean, we can clear it, but like that's done it anyway. Let's have a look at the wireframe. And you can see it hasn't done too much damage, but with a little bit of a smooth, it's back to, you know, it's smoothed it right down. And don't forget, we could have gone in and subdivided it or normalized it or all of those other ones we looked at early on. So we've done the first bit now, so that's fine. So let's go back to our move, like so. And now let's do another mask. And we'll mask it further back here now. So we'll mask it from about here. Strength isn't high enough. I had it on erase then instead of add, so just try and remember that. And now what we'll do is we'll use move again, and we'll move this forward like so. Need to turn that symmetry off now because we're not using it anyway. And then this needs to go forward like this, and bear in mind it has to be down as well. Smooth it down. Oops, too much there. And again, don't forget, at any point, if you want to, you can just come over here and you can go, let's just use a voxel remesh there, and it remeshes it really high for us. I'm just going to smooth it down a little bit because it's gone too high polygon there. I've basically done a little bit too high, but we're almost there. And what we might want to do is, I've gone a little bit off kilter with the shape. So rather than trying to sculpt it, I'm going to move it around like that. And what that'll do is that allows me to then carry on and do the last little bit, which is I don't even need to mask this bit now. I'll just use the move tool again. Move this one across, and then I'm just going to come around like this and smooth it down. Maybe not enough there, a bit around like that. And then at the end, I'm going to go really small, smooth it down. You can see how it's fixing it. I do like the wireframe one because it shows you where you've gone wrong or where you've got problems. And we haven't got any problems now because we're smoothing it with a really small brush, so it's giving me plenty to play with there. And now I'll just go back to our clay build up, and we'll build up some volume here. And these are the claws right on the end of our little insect's feet, like so. And he's got a couple of little on the sides here, I'm going to turn that wireframe off now, we're going to have to pull out, so back to move, and we'll pull out some of these little shapes here like this, and that should go all the way back to this joint here, like so. And as I've said to you, this one isn't particularly accurate. I think later on what I might do is do a series and go a lot more accurate than this. So it's going to make him a little bit smaller and bring him round like this. No, too small there. So let's move him up here. So I want to move him round the front, move him in like this, and move this one back like this. So I'm just moving it around. I'm going to go in really small to smooth it then. Those big smooths don't help us at all now. And now actually what I do want to do is I want to colour him now, so I can get a feel for what he looks like when he's a dark colour, which is the colour that the limbs are going to be when we've finished. So we'll go paint bucket, and we'll go black, and we'll just fill it. It's brown, not black. Fill it. Oh, I keep picking the wrong colour. And we'll fill it. There we go. So now you can see that's basically given us quite a nice front leg. I'll just change it a little bit again, so I'm going to bring it down like this, like so, and that's better. Certainly we've got to be thinking now about how this creature's going to stand. So it does actually really matter now how we how these legs are all laid out. So let's now go and duplicate that and use it a second time. So to duplicate it, what I simply do is push forward on my thumbstick, and now it's now highlighted like so. And if you come down here, you've got delete, clone, boolean, create, or the select tool, and all we want to do is do clone like so. So we're on clone, and then we simply grab it and fire, and we've got two. I'm going to spin that one round, leave that one there, spin this one round, so we're selecting just this one, and now we want that one to be aligned legs. So let's just spin it around so we can see. No, still not right. So what we're doing now is we're thinking about it from a floor perspective. So we're thinking that all of our legs are going to need to be at some point level on the floor, and because it's going to be 3D printed, I'm going to have to make sure that these legs do actually intrude into the body. We want to make sure that they're in there. That one looks good, and we don't really now even need to do another one, because the joints are exactly the same on each of the legs. They're just a slightly different size. So we can take this last one that we did, clone again, and then just use the trigger and clone it there. And then this one is just about here, and just adjust it around. Now we might be able to do it better from underneath, like so. Yeah, we can see it better from there. And you can see it's going to take me a few attempts to get it lined up how I like it, but I'm already feeling that we're on the way there with that. This front leg needs a bit of work, so you can see what I'm doing now is I'm just tweaking the shape all of the time to get it right before I duplicate it, or before I duplicate the legs over to the other side. So like so, and there you go. I'm quite happy with that. So now I'd like to join all of them. So if I go up to the document outline here, and we want these three cylinders, I want all of these, this one, and this one, I want them all joined together. So for that we need to do a boolean, So you can, well, there's a couple of ways to do this, but the easiest thing to do is just go, I want this one and this one, so cylinder 1 and cylinder 2, I want to do a join. So they're now one. So now I could take that one, so back into our Boolean, we want this one, with this one. So they're now all one set. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is flip the legs over. They're all joined together. We've got them roughly in the right sort of shape. So what we want to do is take them, select them, so push forward on our thumbstick on the non-dominant hand. Make sure that you've selected, select the axis, and then say it's basically the axis is the sculpt. So we're not using the world or anything like that, we're just using this model here. And we're going to go X and apply. What that does is it flips it around the model here. So it's basically giving us the legs that we want around that model there. So in one session we've got the shape of our beetle made. We've got it all blocked out, and in the next video we'll do detailing, we'll do a bit more painting, and then we'll get him ready for 3D print.